Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to solve another Ethernaut challenge. This one is called Fallout, and no, it's not about surviving nuclear apocalypse, but it's equally exciting. Let's dive into the code. As always, we have to claim the ownership of the contract to beat this level. I have already spawned a new instance. Click the Get New Instance if you haven't already. And make sure you are in a test network, otherwise you will lose a lot of money. Again, make sure you are not using the main net. Here is our contract Fallout. We got a lower version of Solidity 0.6.0. Maybe the vulnerability we are about to exploit has something to do with the version. We have got mappings, an owner variable, and here is our constructor Fallout. You may be wondering why we are not having the constructor keyword here and why it's written as a function. Don't worry, we'll come back to it in a bit. We have a modifier which requires message.sender to be the owner. We have got allocate function which simply stores address of the message.sender and the amount which we have transferred into the allocation mapping. The send allocation function transfers the amount back to the allocator. And we have got a collect allocation function which simply transfers total balance of the contract to the owner. And note that this function can only be called by the owner because it has the modifier only owner. And we can see we have an allocator balance function. As the name suggests, it simply returns balance of the allocator. Everything looks pretty straightforward, right? There is no way one could gain ownership of this contract, right? But wait, what is this? Is that a typo? It's written as FAL1OUT instead of Fallout. Yeah, it is a typo, and it's our ticket to ownership. Before we move on, let's talk about constructors in Solidity. In version 0.6.0, constructors were defined like this. They were named as same as the contract. But in newer versions, they use the constructor keyword. This small change helps prevent mistake like the one we are about to exploit. Inside the constructor function, we are setting owner to message.sender. Since the constructor has a typo in it, it will be considered as a normal function only, which means one can simply call the Fallout function and become the owner of the contract. So to take ownership of the contract, we just have to call the Fallout function and become the owner. So to interact with the function, we have to create an interface. Let's hop over to Remix and create a new file. Name it fallout.sol. This code simply creates an interface to interact with the functions on the already deployed code. So this function Fallout will be able to interact with the function over here, and this function owner will be able to interact with the owner over here. And to deploy this contract, we need to compile. To compile the contract, click Ctrl plus S. We can see it have been compiled, and go to deploy tab. Make sure to select injected provider MetaMask and make sure to use a testnet. Select fallout.sol. Go back to the Ethernet page. Open DevTools, and here we can see the address of our instance. And if you're not seeing this here, just type contract dot address. Copy the message, go over to Remix, paste it over here. Hit address. You can see we have deployed the interface. Let's check who the owner is. Let's call the function follow. Confirm the transaction. We can see the transaction has been completed. Let's hit the owner. We can clearly see that we have become the owner. Let's go to the Ethernaut page and submit instance. Confirm the transaction. We can see we have completed the challenge. Always remember to check your constructor or someone else might. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy hacking.